What a...
And g'day viewers, I'm Michael.
And I'm Janet, and welcome to this week's episode about bringing who you are to what you do.
Unleash your authenticity. In this podcast, we celebrate bringing who you are to what you do.
It's time to break free from the ordinary and embrace your uniqueness. Discover the joy of living in alignment with your passions, talents, and values.
So whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, a dreamer, whatever, we will discuss how you can shine brightly in every endeavour.
So if you want to step into your true potential, bring who you are to what you do, and make your mark on the world, listen up. What a...
And g'day, and welcome to this week's episode about bringing who you are to what you do.
Today, we explore how to unleash your authenticity and celebrate bringing who you are to what you do. It's time to break free from the ordinary and embrace your uniqueness. Discover the joy of living in alignment with your passions, talents, and values.
And when asked what you do for a living, well, most people answer what their job title or their field is, right? I'm a lawyer, or I'm an accountant, I'm in finance, or I'm in retail, or I'm in security, or I'm in sales, etc., etc., etc. Yes, well, that's all well and good. So I'm glad that you know your industry or your title. I hope you should. But what about the authentic you? The you that lives inside that perhaps your colleagues don't see.
Whatever you do in this world, we encourage you to bring your unique talents and offerings to your work. When we look into self and authenticity, we should delve even deeper into the concept of discovering and harnessing our superpowers. Mm-hmm. Just as every superhero has their unique abilities, you too possess extraordinary qualities that make you stand out. These are not just skills or talents, they're the essence of what makes you, well, you.
They certainly are. And sometimes these superpowers can remain dormant or buried under layers of routine and societal expectations, right? They might have been dimmed by the past experience or unkind words, but it's crucial to understand that no one can truly strip you of your superpowers. Absolutely no one. They are an integral part of your being, ingrained within every cell of your existence.
It was Pablo Picasso was said to say that the meaning of life is to find your gift and your purpose is to give it away. You are the Picasso or artistic director of your life. So what makes you you? Each of us has experienced life through our own lens, and this has shaped and created our own perspectives and identity. Our past has caused us to develop certain traits. Some of these are beneficial, some not so much. We often ask people, what are your superpowers? Well, we all have them. And yet somehow we get lost in the mundane and we forget about them. And sometimes our superpowers have been squashed in our past and we haven't been able to find them again. A cruel comment or an action of another can make you feel like your superpower has been robbed. As we mentioned earlier, no one can rob you of your superpower. It is part of you, as we said, within every cell of your being. So yes, people's unwanted comments or their backhanded compliments can take the wind out of your sails, but they can't take your superpower away. These powers are yours. They are unique to you as your fingerprint.
Mm-hmm. So if you're struggling to identify your superpower, just think about times when people reached out to you for something, or a memory when you felt what you were doing or giving came innately and naturally. So these can be glimpses of your superpowers in action.
And often our superpowers are found, if you think back to childhood, when you were doing something that made you really, really happy. That's often where your superpower is lurking. And whether you were shut down as a child or told, you can't focus on that or don't be silly, that's just play.
Or you need a plan B.
Plan B, yeah. Think back to those childhood memories if you're struggling to find your superpower, because guess what? I bet it's hiding there. Take some time to think back to when you were really, you feel that thrill inside. That's where it is.
So what if you find that the job you do has nothing to do with your superpowers? If you feel you're just paying the bills to make ends meet, or I only turn up for my paycheck each week or month or whatever, how often do you get paid? And if your attitude resembles this, then it's time for a mind shift. You need to change your perspective and utilize moments given you during the 8 hours or so that you work each day, or maybe 10 or 11, or even factor in the commute that you do, as we've spoken about, when grow while you commute. But don't be counting down the seconds for the day to end before you can commence being you. If you spend your working life in the holding pattern of, I have to be here, and put my life on hold, well, you've lost a precious 50 hours a week of this one-time ticket of a thing called life.
If you think I can't possibly be creative or interesting in your field of work, think again. Jim Rohn tells a great story about a high society dinner party. It's being held in a ritzy New York penthouse. Each of the mega wealthy guests have flown in to dine except one mystery guest who arrives immaculately dressed in top hat and tails. He holds the exclusive attention of the entire dinner party all night, regaling them with stories of the Metropolitan Opera, intriguing details on its stars, stories and secrets. The other guests assume that this man is a prominent investor or a high-standing community member to be so well informed. After the main course is completed, he excuses himself as he has to get to an appointment. When he leaves, the host reveals that this fine-heeled gent is actually the coat clerk manager at the Met. He hadn't missed a performance over his 30-year career, and he was loved by the stars and the opera community. His passion for operatic performance transcended his role. As a writer and creative, I use my day gig working hours to study people, their names, their communication styles, their very energies. There is no wasted time, as every interaction is a proving ground and it all adds grist for the mill.
So if you are a creative working in a sales or an admin role, bring in elements of your own personality to your day. Invest in some vibrant coloured pens and write with them as often as possible, just doing things differently. Create an unusual names list. That's a really fun one. There's some really cool names out there.
Ah.
Lloyd Foy always comes to mind. He was the author of a kid's book that we used to read. It was just the coolest name, Lloyd
Just
Foy.
rolls off the tongue. Lloyd Foy.
Yeah. So keep the creative juices flowing, even in an office environment. And if you're a songwriter or a musician, just listen for the rhythms in each day and the sequences and situations that can flesh out what could be your next great song or tune. And it makes me think of an interview that I saw with the talented artist Dolly Parton, who drummed up the progression of the movie song 9 to 5, just clacking her long nails along the sound of a typewriter. And if you're on public transport, people watch. It's really fun. And observe as much as possible without obviously being invasive and being creepy. Try to imagine these people's lives. What makes them tick? What rows their boat? What's their superpower? I know it's tricky to do these days as most people's heads are down, stuck in their phones. But if that's the case, just study them anyway. It's a fascinating way to spend your time, just people studying, people gazing.
And here's a really good thing to remember from our friend Buddha. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to yourself and others. It's great advice. Now, I want you to think about your current occupation. Is it aligned with your superpowers, or does it feel like you're merely going through the motions to make ends meet? It is absolutely possible to infuse your unique qualities into any field or job. Your attitude, approach, and perspective can transform even the most seemingly mundane tasks into opportunities for creativity and growth. Jim Rohn's tale of the coat check manager at the Met Opera illustrates how passion and dedication can absolutely transcend and transform any job title.
You bet. So bringing who you are to what you do is the essence of authenticity and personal fulfillment. It's about integrating your unique values, your passions and experiences into your endeavours, whether they be in your career, creative pursuits, or just your daily interactions. And when you infuse your authentic self into your actions, you create a genuine and resonant impact. And this alignment allows you to tap into your innate strengths and perspectives, fostering innovation and originality. It's really a journey of self-discovery. that enables you to leverage your individuality as a driving force for success. And it encourages deeper connections with others who you meet, who appreciate your sincerity. And by embracing this, you not only achieve a sense of congruence between your inner identity and your outward actions, but also you can inspire others to do the same, fostering a more enriched and diverse tapestry of endeavours.
As we navigate our paths in life, as I mentioned earlier, remember Buddha's wisdom. Happiness comes from you when your work and your words are of benefit to yourself and others. In essence, the journey of authenticity and personal fulfillment is a continuous exploration of yourself. It's about weaving your values, passions, and experiences into every facet of your life. When you enthuse your authentic self into your actions, that's when you create a lasting and a genuine impact. It'll increase your productivity. It'll increase your happiness at work. It'll increase others' happiness at work. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful. Ultimately, you become the Picasso of your life, painting your canvas with your unique colours. And by embracing your authenticity, you inspire others to do the same. As we said, weaving their individual threads into the tapestry of an enriched and diverse endeavours that celebrate the true essence of humanity.
So what part of you can you bring to your job and life that would surprise and delight your co-workers, friends or family? Really think on that and start to reveal your superpowers. You never know how many new doors will open and how many great opportunities will present. Go on, we dare you. Until next time, love and blessings.
See ya.